Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. And one of the things I've been learning, and there's people they're really set in their ways. And they and I don't know what it is, but they think this is the way it is, and there's no other way about it. And first I thought, well, it was old people, because with doing Hoi Chi on old people is a little difficult. And the thing is, they're not going to change whatever it is that they've been doing. This is what got them sick, and so they're just not going to change it. And but it's not just old people. There are some people that just the thinking part is the part that they don't quite understand. Now, what I do is, and when I make my videos, I'm covering all kinds of stuff, and it's mainly my experience and my thoughts is what I'm covering. And the reason is because I know I don't know everything. I know that. And I'd like to listen to other people's thoughts. And even when I disagree, I learn more things from people that disagree with me than agree with me. Now, just because you disagree, doesn't mean, well, I disagree and that's it. When you have something to go by, to me, that means something. I'm not talking about like I got a diploma, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your work, a hobby, something that you've gone through. These are things that mean something, because you can relate to it. And the funny thing is, when I make my videos, I'm not trying to convince people that that's what it is. I mean, I guess it may come across like that. And when I'm doing classes and stuff like that, it's I try to make it where it makes sense to you. So then when you think about it, you think, oh, okay. And then, now you may not agree, but like I say, I planted a seed, and now you can think on it. And that's the way I do. I just don't, oh yeah, you're right, and I don't do like that. I just go, oh, yeah. And then you planted a seed, and now I'm thinking. And that's what I'm saying. When you have an example, you give an example, well, then that's something that I can see. Let me think on it. And that means something. And it's funny because I stopped in Springfield on my way over here, and Missouri, and I met up with a guy that worked for me at one time, and he was, I'd say, 17, maybe 18, and I was like I am to all young men, mean and nasty. I yell at them, I call them names, I'm brutal. And when we were talking, he was thanking me because he learned a lot. And what he learned was people can yell at him and all this kind of stuff. And he's doing good. Now he's 50 some years old, and he's done good with his life, and he's real happy, and all this. And it was funny that being so abusive was able to make him think. And then after he can think, you don't sidetrack him by calling him a name or yelling at him, stuff like that, because he stays focused on what he's got to do. And that's really what he learned, and he's applied it all his life. And it's funny because the people that I'm with now, I did a class with them, and we're trying to figure out when it was. And I'm thinking maybe 10, 12 years ago. And they said they remember everything that I talked about, because I started the class, and it was, I don't even know what the class was about, but I started it with, we're going to use wax bullets. And I put a can of pop up there, and I shot it with a wax bullet, and it went in the thing. And I said, after I did that, I said, wow, oh man, I must put a little bit too much powder in that one. Okay, what we're going to do, all this that we're going to be doing now, you shoot below the shoulders. Don't shoot them in the face, so in the head might do some damage. So we're going to shoot them down there. And he said, from that moment on, they were plumb scared, and they remember everything. So we're talking about knives and guns and stuff like that, and it was funny that they were able to make sense of what it was. And that explains when I was doing preparedness expos. Same thing, I did classes on bribing for your life. And they had people, and they would come to the class every time I did it, and so I asked these people, I said, what are you doing? You've been to my class, I don't know, 3 or 4 times already. And they said, yeah, you're always talking about what happened to you in the last 6 months. So it was always something different. They never know what to expect. But I'm going to come up with some of the weirdest stuff. And so the people that are more open are the ones that listen. And I don't really care. And I tell people when I'm doing Hoi Chi, I don't care if you're what you do. I don't care anything about you. It's your business. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But when you're on the table, you're the most important person in the world. And what I'm doing is I'm looking, what is your body saying? And I'm going by the pain, because when I poke you, if I poke you in the right spot, it's going to hurt. And here, I'm going to have to put you on hold. I'm going to let Rex out, let her run. Oh, okay, got Rex running now. She's been a good girl, sitting in the truck, so it has to get some time to run and see what's going on. Hey, let's go. And but anyway, when you're on the table, you're the most important person there is. And I'm finding stuff, I'm asking questions, because I'm trying to find out why your stomach is showing up, why is the colon showing up, And I don't ask people what's wrong with them before we do a treatment. I'm going to tell you what I find. And then after I tell you what I find, and I explain how the body's working, how your body is working, and then I ask, okay, what is it that you have questions about? And then when they start asking about the symptoms that they have, you'll find out it normally matches everything that I've already talked about. So, and that is the part that makes them think. You know, I mean, they're eating the wrong stuff. I don't ask them until after I find stuff, and then when I find it, you know, something that's hurting you, and then we try to figure out why it's doing all this. Then when you start talking about your symptoms, then they come back to what we've already found. And now you make the decision if you want to keep eating this crap or drinking pop. That's one of the ones that 90% of the people have a one kidney that's not right, and one side of the body is not functioning like it's supposed to. And so they end up getting sick on that side of the body, the organs on that side, the knee, the hip, the shoulder, whatever it is on that side's giving them problems because it's not healing. And it all makes sense. And so then now they can make other decisions. And that's the kind of stuff that I like to teach. And that's the way I learn. And I mean, you can tell me you can't have a seatbelt. You got to have a seatbelt on, you know. And well, you know, that sounds good. And in your world, maybe a seatbelt's important. But like I say, I've seen more people shot wearing a seatbelt than in accidents and didn't have a seatbelt. Or we're with a seatbelt, it doesn't make any difference. So we go by what we experience. And but it does gripe me when people don't think. This is Mike. NoStressMike.com.